I'm Coach Rynae Rasley, and I got next.
Welcome back to another episode of Sports Life Talk. You got next. I am your host, the Mouth of the South, B. Jones. As you can see, I'm rocking the blue and white. We repping it today, all the way live out of Dallas, Texas, and I'm rocking here with my guy, my PIC, KT. How you feeling today, man?
Well, B. Jones, I was going to wear a blue hoodie as well, but I know in the Air Force, don't you got to have like your shirt ironed or whatever? So I didn't want to,
Oh, so now you blowing on me. I got you. All right, so that's how we doing it today. I was actually going to be, I was going to try to be up, salute you, show you some respect, but we throwing shots today. Well, listen, Sports Life Talk Nation, we appreciate you rocking with us again. As you can tell, Kevin and I have combed the United States. We've combed internationally to try to find up-and-coming talent, hype stories that you have never heard of, people doing amazing things. And we did it again. I don't know how we did it. You know what? I think we need to throw a shout out to Coach PA out there at Nyack. And she threw us a good one today, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce you, Rynae Rasley. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
All right. Well, before we get into Coach, let's pay some bills. On the count of three, if you are new to the channel, if this is your first time checking us out, we want to all in unison smash that subscribe button. 1, 2, 3, boom. Now that we all family, now that you're comfortable, you got your blanket, grab a pillow, get you a cup of lemonade, and let's go to work. All right, Coach. Now, you work in a military school, so I'm pretty sure you know what it's like to go through boot camp, right? Well, we got a little version of boot camp. We like to call it the initiation into the family. KT, set it off, sir.
Okay, but Coach Nene, before I do this, I was, going through your Instagram, and I saw one of your posts. And it says something about your music selection. So we're going to test that in your playlist.
Oh, okay.
You remember that one that you posted?
I don't.
My playlist says Hoodlum with Street Cred. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're going to test that.
One of her kids probably put that together for her, KT. Come on, man.
We're definitely about to find out. So to initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 hip-hop artists.
So I do have to throw some R&B in there.
All right, that's it.
Mary J. Have to go with Mary J. I do like Drake. I will have to go with Andy Mineo, Christian artist.
Yes. Hey, fire.
Yes. Yeah. Then I'll have to go with Jay-Z, and then maybe part of my BC days, I have to put both Thugs and Harmony in there.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Hey, but I gotta give you a shout out. That's the first time we've had a Christian hip hop artist. I think somebody may have said Lecrae. I'm not sure, but I love Lecrae too, and he rolls hard with Andy Mineo. So them boys, they doing it major.
He's from City College too, so there you go.
Well, we're gonna talk about that. Keep the initiation rolling, Kevin. I like what we're doing right now with Coach. You make it a little uncomfortable, which I know her girl's gonna be proud to see that.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite sports teams?
So don't be mad at me at this, but I moved around a lot, so I don't really have any loyalties to any particular team. So I just enjoy sports, but I will have to go with the Warriors. When it comes to women's basketball, Aces, and the Sparks, pretty much. But other than that, I don't really have ties to any particular teams.
Well, I want to touch on that later on because I want to ask you about this last upcoming draft, or this last draft that just happened a couple of weeks ago with the WNBA, where the Dallas Wings had 4 first-round draft picks. You being a basketball connoisseur, how big is that to be able to select 4 of the top 10 players eligible in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is. It's good for that team to really not only put their program on the map, but also compete with these other teams with already high names. So now you're bringing in this new talent. And you got to prove yourself against these teams with some veteran players, you know. So it makes the game exciting to see this young blood, old blood kind of mix.
I like it, Coach. Good answer. Off the cusp too. That wasn't planned. That was not scripted. She went off the cusp with that. Straight up fire. Let's go.
All right. So who is your favorite superhero and why?
I'm not a big superhero person either, but I will say Wolverine. Has anyone said that before?
Well, yes, we did.
Is he technically a superhero? So I can kind of throw him out there.
Yeah, he's a
kinda
superhero. Yeah.
Okay. So I probably have to say that because, you know, he can heal himself. I think that's a good, quality to have. He also, you know, when he gets crossed, he, you know, the wrong person to kind of mess with.
Oh, so you kind of tell him good on
well,
yourself.
he also, I think, wants to do good down under.
Yes.
Like, he's a superhero in that way. He does good.
All right, so the last part of the initiation goes along with the superhero question. So since every good superhero needs theme music, what would your theme music be?
The Hot remix by Young Thug, that would be really good.
I didn't see that coming.
It's a great background theme song to any kind of superhero.
Now I'm gonna have to go listen to that song. I don't know any Young Thug. Kev, is this a jamming song?
Say, man, you know, I listen to like old school, and so I can tell you about Young Thug.
You got to remember the age group that I have to deal with on a daily basis. So if you want to ask me about the baby, I know it all.
You got to connect with them, Coach. You gotta,
I know, exactly.
That world. I like that. You're a down-to-earth coach. I love that.
Hey, better you than me, because I tried. That music is something I just can't do. I tried. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, in the weight room, I own the music sometimes, and I have to put on some of the old music just to see what they know. And when you don't know the Fugees, and you don't know who, you know, Escape is, or, you know, like, who is this, Coach? I'm like, okay, I'm going to do more than just teach basketball.
There it is. You educate them. You educate them on life.
Hey, speaking of Escape, you know, this weekend, SWV versus Escape. So,
look at you. You giving these kids some culture. You trying to make them well-rounded students and just good around overall people.
All right, B. Jones, she's in the family, so take it away.
Well, Coach, welcome to the SLT family. We are so excited to have you. If y'all hadn't picked up on her personality, Coach is down to earth, but she's a serious one. Coach brings over 6 years of coaching experience. She coached at NEAC. She's been a basketball, just all guru. She played at the City College. You played at some other schools as well, right? Air Force Academy is where you're now, the preparatory school. So you are helping these kids that are kind of in the middle, right? They graduated high school, but they ain't quite ready for college. You're helping to really groom and foster some successful kids. So welcome to the show, Coach. We are so appreciated to have you. So tell us a little bit about this journey. How did you get to Air Force Prep?
Well, I guess in short, I was in Iowa City at the time for high school. So from there, I went to play junior college basketball at Chandler Gilbert Community College out in Arizona. And so from there, I ended up in Harlem, New York, at the City College, where I ended my playing career. The first year, I was a student coach as I finished up my degree, ran track for City College as well. And so after I was done, it's just 1 year though. Interesting story there. But after I graduated, I was kept on staff for those 2 seasons at the City College. That's kind of where I got my coaching career started. And then from there, I had the opportunity to become the GA at NIAC. It's an NCAA Division II Christian college. It's not too far from the city, so it was a good fit. After I finished my master's degree with the program, I became lead assistant for NIAC. Spent 2 more seasons in that role. Then I had the opportunity to interview with Chris Goldberg, who was the head coach for Air Force, who had just taken over the program. Interviewed with her down in DC. It was a good fit for the program. Next thing I know, I was offered the position, and I was out to Colorado Springs. So made it to Colorado Springs, was on staff for the Air Force Academy Falcons for 3 seasons. And then I took the position as head coach for our preparatory school here on campus. I've just finished up my 2nd year in that role. So here I am.
That is awesome. Now, you bring a lot of experience in. You're one of those people that you play. What position did you play when you were back in school?
Yeah, so I play shooting guard, but I will have to admit I like playing the big girl roles, even though I was 5'7". So, coach, I can post up, let me get some mismatches here. So I always bet the coach to kind of put me in inside out sometimes, but mostly shooting guard. And sometimes that combo guard when I needed to.
Now, as you see, the culture of the game has changed. So how do you feel about some of these kids nowadays? I mean, they stepping across the timeline and just shooting. I mean, and now, Steph Curry has evolved the shot to where you're like almost to the point where you expect people to shoot a three before they take a long two. How do you feel about this evolution of the sport?
So I'm kind of torn because there are players that are that good now. They put in the work. So to see some of these players with that type of confidence that can actually make the shot, I'm okay with. It's the players that don't understand that you don't take that shot unless you put team first. If you're taking that shot because you put you first, we got a problem. So that's where I think I don't like where the culture has kind of changed a little bit. It's kind of about me, my game. What do my stats look like exactly?
Yeah.
It doesn't translate to the college level. It just doesn't. You have to be able to play as a team, play as a unit, and win as a team. It's just not ideal. So I'm kind of torn though, because there's some players out there kind of saucy, and they deserve to be saucy. So I'm not, I'm not knocking it at all. And they're great team players too. Their energy rises and they just bring the team with them.
Now, where'd you grow up, Coach?
I moved around a lot when I was a kid, so I just used to tell people the last state I came from. That was the easiest thing to say. But I think my grade school years spent most of the time in Arizona. Moved around a lot, but my young adult life is in New York. I would say that's probably the most place that I feel comfortable. I feel at home. And it's the last place I moved from. It's the longest place I've lived in my life too. So without naming all those states, that's kind of the easy version.
Now, Coach, I hate to ask you this, but did you grow up with a lot of African Americans? Because you the coolest. You're the coolest I never seen. I looked through your scroll. You got pictures with just kids, and I'm just like, hey, Coach is my type of my type. I want my daughter to go play for Coach. You are down there. You come on there. You're talking about Young Thug and Lil Baby and Dub Baby. I'm like, she might have had a best friend that was black. Am I getting it?
Man. I had friends from all different kind of backgrounds. I think because I moved so many places, I can relate really well. That's kind of
yep.
Yeah, it's just I honestly, it was kind of funny. Come from New York out to Colorado Springs, it was a culture shock for me. So I just think my experiences growing up, going to different places, not just living in one particular place either, like not just the suburbs, but sometimes the city, sometimes a good neighborhood, not so good neighborhood. That all kind of just helped me kind of cross the lines with people.
It built who you are. So we can't go on. Y'all heard Kev call this earlier. You probably like, where did he get that from? But yes, her nickname at Nyack Community College was Coach Nene. So how did you earn the nickname Coach Nene? Were you Nene? Were you dancing?
Yeah. Or? No, thanks for that song though. But that's always been my name is Rynae, so it's always been kind of a nickname. Nene. But I do remember that first. So I had just got to Nyack as a GA. That song was out, obviously, and the players just thought it was great. Like, we're gonna make Coach Nene stick. So I became Coach Nene. It works really well. All my players out there know me as Coach.
Now, before I turn it over to Kevin, what is your family dynamic like? That's what I'm curious about, because I can almost imagine sitting across the Thanksgiving table from you and having a good time, but I also can see that look in your eye like it's piercing. Like, I told you to go do this, go do it, So what is your family dynamic like? A lot of siblings?
Yeah, so I have 2 younger sisters, 1 older brother. We're all over the United States, so none of us are, in one place. But my mother and father divorced when I was younger, which kind of led to a lot of the moving around. But my father remarried, so my father, my stepmother, my mother actually was killed when I was 17. But as far as our family unit, I mean, we're pretty close. Even though I got a sister in Jacksonville, a sister in Philly, my brother in Arizona, we still, find time to still catch up, checking in on each other.
Now you just became a hero, Coach. You had to at a young age lose your mom and still keep that energy and keep that passion and love for life that you have and enthusiasm that's just, I mean, it's oozing out of your pores. I mean, you just became the Wolverine. You just became the superhero.
Well, no, I'll tell you, when something like that happens at a young age like that, you know, number one, you kind of, you end up having to face what you believe, you know, your faith, that sort of thing. So I've come a long way that way, and I think that has really shaped how I deal with a lot of this kind of stuff, deal with the situation, mother, and that sort of thing. Yeah, so, you know, I thank God for that.
All right, so Coach, who do you model your coaching style after?
So my first coach at Chandler Gilbert Community College, Cassandra Yancey, she, I would say when starting out when I was coaching, it really modeled her because of what she was able to do with my life through the game. And so I kind of came to her program because of who she was. You know, she was a strong woman, confident, you know, knew what she wanted from her players, just the type of coach I wanted to play for. And if she, you know, that's what she represented to me. So I figured, well, if I'm going to be a coach, like, what do I represent to my players? You know, what am I showing them? So I would say that's kind of what I started my style with. I'm a big John Wooden fan. You know, obviously Pat Summitt, you know, those great names. You start to take little nuggets from them and build your own style. Because you can't be anybody else. I can't be, you know, Don Staley. I can't be Pat Summitt. I can't be these other players, these other coaches. So who am I? And so that's kind of, I really have built my style on these great coaches and those little nuggets that they can offer, and then I make it my own.
So give us one moment, whether it's a coach or a player, that has just really stood out to you.
So I was on a successful JUCO team. We actually took the conference both years that we played. It was during, I would say, those seasons that we were the most successful as a team. And what really stood out were those close games to where it didn't matter that you were the leading scorer. It just mattered, how are we going to execute this play as a team and bring home the win? It was a selfless time of basketball. You know, though I think those are the most memorable moments, for those games where, you know, so-and-so dropped 18, but it doesn't matter because she believes in so-and-so is going to make this shot. And you just know that she's got your back, your teammates got your back, that sort of thing. That kind of that feeling where you belong as a family. That I would say it's probably the most memorable moments that stood out to me, probably.
So what does a typical day look like for you?
Yeah, right now I don't really have a typical day because we got so much going on before we graduate these preppies. So I've been running around with my head cut off a little bit, but we normally practice in the mornings right now with women's basketball because of the court time, because of COVID. So we'll have women's basketball practice about 7:30 a.m. I'll be in the office probably about 9:30 a.m. right afterwards. I wear a lot of hats down here at the prep school. So I got my hand in the social media, got my hand in the website, you know, right now a hiring board. I also teach intro to boxing down here at the prep school. And then by the time, you know, you get through your meetings for the day, you get through your game film through the day, you get through your practice planning. We either have weights in the afternoon, some type of team meeting, or study hall. Because, you know, Coach, at the prep school, yeah.
Now I know you got the Muhammad Ali in the background, but I ain't know you can throw them things. You got them hands, Coach.
Oh,
you got the hands, Coach.
Intro to boxing, so I just don't want anyone to think I'm, you know.
Well, the rest of us ain't took the intro. Some of us just ain't took no intro. So your intro is better than that 95% of the population.
Yeah, it's a great sport. It's fun and it's fun to teach. It's one of the required classes actually for our cadets at the Hill, or the Academy is what we call it. So we give them intro to boxing, so when they go up to the academy, they're more familiar with that course, they're comfortable with it, and, you know, they're ready to hit the ground running.
Coach, I've always wanted a daughter that could play basketball, all right? So just hypothetically, let's just say I have a daughter.
Okay.
And she's thinking about going the prep school route. Why should I send her to you?
Well, number one, she has to qualify to come to me. So there are certain academic requirements that our cadet candidates have to make in order to get into the prep school. But truthfully, if you're going to go to any academy and you qualify for the prep school, you definitely need to take that opportunity. Not only is all your schooling paid for, but you get a nice paycheck per month while you're here. Everything is taken care of for you as far as your books go, your uniforms go. And what this institution does for, your daughter, let's say, is we build character. We teach discipline. We teach accountability. All those things go into this institution. So when you send a daughter off to a place like the Air Force Academy Preparatory School, you know that they're not just going to grow academically, but they're going to grow as a person, as a young leader, and do something with their life. I mean, we're talking, they graduate from the academy in 5 years. So, 1 plus is the prep school year. They're second lieutenants, in the Air Force. They're officers.
Wow.
Yeah, they're leading people. And with leading people comes with a very nice salary. So honestly, it's if anybody is considering it is an option that you really need to look at twice, and really see what your future kind of holds for you.
Do you get them just for 1 year, Coach, or do you get them 2 years?
I do. I get them for 1 year.
Wow. So you get 1 year to leave an imprint, and then you're moving them on. You're preparing them.
Yeah, that's actually been one of the hardest things, transitioning from the 4-year game down to the prep school. I do enjoy the fact that I get some experience as head coach, but getting these players for 1 year and then I'm sending them to the academy. I feel good that they are prepared for the Division I life, for what what's going to be expected of them from that program. But they're like, I just got these kids. I know how to push your buttons. I know what motivates you. I know who you are, where you came from. So that's been hard.
Does that scare you a little bit that you're like, man, I just don't have enough running room before we take off and I lose them on to the next level? Or
not? I wouldn't say it scares me. It's just, I'm kind of an intense person anyways. So I get whatever I need to get in. I'm going to get in for one thing. I don't care if we have 5 months, we're going to make this work. So sometimes, I know they're like, Coach, slow your roll.
You can either do what I say, or we finna go do the intro of boxing. Right.
Yeah. So it's just hard because it's not did I get enough in? It's just I want to build on what we got in, and I don't get that opportunity to kind of build that.
All right. So what is something that basketball has taught you that you can use in everyday life?
Everything that basketball was able to teach me is a big reason why I coach the game right now. It has taught me discipline for sure. It's taught me hard work. There's no running from it. You have to put the hard work in. The game has taught me accountability because you're on a team. So it's not just you. You have to be accountable for your teammates, and your teammates are accountable for you. And it's not just about showing up in time. It's the person next to you working as hard as you are. You're accountable for that. So it's taught me that. There's so many things that this game has taught me. I would say probably the number one thing is how to be gritty. I'm a very gritty person, I would say. Perseverance goes into that. And this game has exposed that of me, so I can kind of deal with it and grow that way as a person. Okay,
so Coach, this is the part where I get in your business a little bit and, ask you that one question I know our viewers have been wanting to know. Do you have a boo?
I do not. I'm single.
Any boo in the horizon? Any boo candidates?
Man, not right now.
Okay, all right.
I don't know, after this show, maybe.
So my follow-up question, is there an athlete that you would like to slide in their DMs?
No.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, no, because I think I have a DM someone needs to slide into.
There it is.
Oh, okay. I'm quiet.
I was about to say, no girls ain't gonna never live this down if she say her name, dog. I was waiting. I was like, give him the baby.
Yeah, no, there's certain things I have to. Wait a minute. Let's see.
Coach, you're a coach. What's more important on the collegiate level? I had this debate all the time, and I need you to settle it for me. X's and O's or Jimmy and Joe's? Which one for now? Is it about recruiting or is it about strategy? College, only college. I know WNBA is going to be about talent, right? But what about just strictly collegiate basketball?
Honestly, I think it kind of depends, because you can have some really great talent in your team and in your program, but if if you don't put the right system, put the right pieces in the right system, you don't have a product really. But I will have to tell you that if I had to order them, I would say recruiting. I mean, if I don't care how good your X's and O's are, you can bring in Phil Jackson. I don't care who you bring in. Your X's and O's are not going to work if you don't have players that can execute, if you don't have players that have the IQ. So you have to recruit.
Coach, I say this all the time, and there's a very few sports that I feel like that talent, that coaching and strategy can supersede the talent, and basketball just ain't one of them. I mean, it's more than likely, and the reason I'm having this debate more and more is because we're talking about the Brooklyn Nets, right? Brooklyn is when amassed all of this great talent, so I wanted that from a college perspective. But all right, Coach, you ready to have a little fun?
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
All right, so we play a game here on the show. Kevin and I, we compete, and you should be familiar with this terminology, being an intro boxing coach, the championship rounds. You know what those are, right? That's the 10th, 11th, and the 12th of every fight. These are where the cream rises to the top, right? The more superior person elevates, and Kevin and I'm trying to show him that I'm slowly going to elevate and surpass him. But have you ever played the game Would You Rather?
No, I have not.
All right, so here's the rules. It's very simple. Both of us will give you an option. You'll get one from me and one from Kevin. You have to select one. After we're gonna go for 3 rounds. Whoever you select, the host will get the point. All right, so best out of 3. Kev is in lead right now, 7-5. He is currently the defending champion as well. So Kevin, I will let you go first, sir.
I'm surprised you didn't start begging and pleading. Okay, so
Coach don't seem like she take that. She ain't playing that.
Good. Coach, would you rather have a player that went to the WNBA, or
would you rather coach a player that became a head coach and won a ring?
Coach a player who became a head coach and won a ring.
It's got to be the blue, Kev. I represented Air Force today.
I got a blue t-shirt. You got a blue t-shirt on. I got the shirt on. I just didn't.
All right, Coach. I'm up 1, so I'll go this round. All right, round 2. Coach Rasley, would you rather make it to the championship game with an opportunity, or
win a conference title 10 years in a row with a shot to make the tourney?
Yeah, she had to think that over. So would you rather long-term success or just that one opportunity to win it all?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of myself in 10 years. I want the long-term success, but I really want that chance right now. I'll have to go with the 10 years.
Oh, Coach, you had me thinking.
I did too. I was sweating a little bit.
Hey, I thought she had. I was like,
that was tough though, because I think some of those great teams with that first chance become the long-term, winning team.
Coach, so this is gonna be a tough one for you. This is gonna be a really, really tough one for you. Round 3 and for the title.
Hey Jones, man. I think this may go to you.
We'll see. Stop trying to hex me.
No. I'm just trying. Okay, so. Coach, we don't know how old you are, so just go with the timeline that we're going to use. All right. So would you rather rewind 15 years and be able to play again, or
fast forward it 15 years and be an established head coach?
I would rewind. I want to play again. Put the shoes back on, hit the court. Yeah, I have to say that. Anytime that we could play again. Oh, I gotta put the shoes back on.
You about to tell me?
Oh, and I was gonna send you a shirt too. No,
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, Big Jones.
What up, man?
It's 8-5 now. So
it's 8-5. You up, bro? You up? I got a long way to come back, but I'm gonna do it one show at a time. I promise you. I got you. So, Coach, what's next for you and your girls? What's next for you and the Air Force Academy Preparatory Falcons? What is next for you guys?
Our young ladies down here will graduate from the preparatory school on the 12th of May. So then they will start again basic training for the Air Force Academy. They'll start their official freshman year now that their redshirt year is out of the way. And then I got my new crew coming in. Just get them ready for basic training. Come at the beginning of July and do it all over again. That's pretty much what we have planned here. Yeah.
Do you? And now I know coaching is kind of volatile, right? You'll be in one spot for a couple of years, then you go. Do you foresee yourself going to like different levels, or do you kind of like want to stay home and find a home right here at Air Force?
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, I really believe in the Air Force program. What we do with the cadet athletes. So that will be hard, but staying at the prep school, getting your players for 1 year is also hard. I definitely see myself in a 4-year program, building a 4-year program up, becoming a head coach of an established 4-year program. So that's kind of where I see myself going. But of course, I'm going to get as much experience right now, being a head coach down here at the preparatory school.
If Kevin and I could make one call, what's that dream school?
Oh, what I would probably say right now would be Georgia with Joni Taylor.
Wow.
I had an opportunity to meet her a couple years ago, I guess, at the Final Four. And she really left an impression on me. You want to work with good people, and it's very important the type of leadership that you have. And so I would say out of all the programs, she definitely left an impact on me as far as just our small interaction at the Final Four.
Coach Rasley, if you were to play against Kev, could he score a point on you right now?
I don't know. I'd probably let you get a point.
Well, hold on.
So, yeah, you get a point.
Kev, come on this show. Rynae, Coach Rynae, he swear he can play basketball. He swear, man, I came out of the womb hooping. He swear he can do some hooping, Coach.
You know what? I bet he does. I bet he has a game. Coach KT, what position do you play?
I was like the tallest kid at 6'2", so when I did play, I was like post, but I can shoot. I can do it all. So
look at him. He'll combo. He'll point forward now.
Hey, Coach, whenever you want to invite us down there, I probably won't beat you, but I'll get a bucket or two.
Yeah, Coach, get buckets on you all day.
6 or 7 until we get to 10 and I win. You know what I'm saying? But that's all good.
Coach Rynae, you have been a blast, and on behalf of SLT Nation, you got next. Thank you for rocking with us. Tell us, everybody, where they can find you if they want to send their kids to come be under your tutelage. How would they find you, Coach?
I try to keep current with the Instagram, so it's Rynae.Rasley. I'm on Instagram. I am on Twitter. I think it's Rynae Rasley. But those are really the two platforms that I kind of use.
Twitter and IG. Who are some shout outs? Who are some shout outs you want to send out? Show some love to some folks before you get out of here.
Man, I would say the whole Air Force Academy family, all the players, definitely. My current girls, and then shout out to Naya College, Courtney, of course, and all the good coaches out there that we cross paths with.
Coach, you are absolutely phenomenal. SLT Nation, we can't wait to see you do big things. If you're rocking with us for the first time, don't forget to leave some comments. Tell us who your top 5 is. Tell us how Kevin manages to finagle a way to win championship rounds every single show. I don't know how he's pulling this off, but show some support to Coach and Coach Rynae and her girls. But listen, if you want to see more Kevin, now we perform Wednesday night on the sports show, Sports Life Talk, where we talk about sports, life, entertainment, fashion. It doesn't matter. You can see us streaming live Wednesday nights at 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. And what else, Kev? What am I missing, man?
I think you pretty much summed it up, man.
Hey, well, listen, we got some more guests coming your way. We were blessed with Coach Rynae. We got some other coaches. We got some other actors. We got some other basketball players, volleyball players. I promise y'all that the stories are going to keep coming nonstop. So make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to this channel. But listen, y'all take care of one another. Stay safe. And we love y'all. We will see y'all next time. Yeet.
Lil' baby say I'm fly, she see me. I know I got a giant in the drip, but I double cause I'm tired of the vibe, she clingy. And I don't play around with the wrist, when I get it, you already know the vibe, it's VVs. I swear I feel alive when I'm in the yo into the AM, making vibes on repeat. And I ain't gotta lie, you see these. She said she wanna vibe, she need 3. Each one for my boys, my teamies. Swimming through the riches with my squad, believe me. Iced out Audemars, Philippe's. Big dog since a jit, know I'm 8. Cook and let them know I'm different raw with the 8. Do this for my sons, I know it's mine for the taking. Lil' baby look like she the type that be playing. Slide and I skate this. She done me probably thinking who this. Yeah, money now it's funny how I see the mood switch. But boy, lame girl, funny how the two mix. So I got them uptight, now they got the loose lips. Want the doors with a suicide on them. If I'm winning, gotta put my slimes on it. I ain't buying no Gucci or Prada. That shit my man, and it's proof for her solid. Dripped and finesse like Kyrie. Young man with his own brand, I designed it. Whole gang got a wrist spring cause I iced it. No name in my domain, I'm the nicest. Game, no, I used to dream of the diamond. Two bad things I'm in between like a hyphen. When I pull up to the scene.